days ago, people celebrated Father's Day, and a few weeks ago or some months ago, they also celebrated Mother's Day. I really do not know how they do the calculation. I would just open my system, and on the social media, I would just say Mother's Day, Father's Day. I will begin to send messages to fathers, to mothers. Now, there's something I do not feel cool about the celebration of these 2 days. Fine, I'm blessed as a mother. I received those messages. I also sent to parents, and we celebrate with people. But there is something I do not feel comfortable with when it comes to those 2 days and their celebration. Number one, it reminds some people that they have issues. There are some people that have been married for years. They've been married for years and they are still trusting God till date. No issue yet, no single child. Some of them, they've been married for over 10 years, some below 10 years. And anytime we come up to say we're celebrating Father's Day, we're celebrating Mother's Day, it reminds them of their pains. And some of them slow down, they go inside their little closet, and some of them cry. Some of them remind God why they are still in the situation they are. Now, I have this for every one of us in that category. You've been married and you're trusting God for children. I want to assure you that don't allow the celebration of the Mother's Day or the Father's Day to push you to a corner to say you are nothing to write home about. No, it's just your waiting period. There are waiting periods in life. Some people did not wait. That was just not their waiting period. They may be waiting financially, okay, but you are waiting for the fruit of the womb. It's going to come, I want to assure you, most especially if you are a Christian. There is a particular person that had that experience, and you might want to say that, is it because of your sin? Is it because of this? It might not be any of those things. Once you are in a good relationship with God and you're waiting, He's going to come in due season. My pastor, my own father in the Lord, the person of Dr. D.K. Olukoya, he was married for over 14 years. He was waiting within those years. He was waiting, there was no single child. And at the period that he was talking about the testimony when God eventually did it, he said he knew what God told him at the beginning of the marriage. So he was ready to wait upon the Lord. There are people that could not wait and they went extra miles. And going extra miles by not waiting, on God put them in serious problems. Okay, he waited, and when the promise of the Lord eventually came into manifestation, we celebrated with him. And to the glory of God, he's a father today. Now, that was his own case. Your own case may not be exactly that same. You do not have to wait for 14 good years. I just cited that example to let you know that even men, anointed men and women of God, go through such issues. Whether you're anointed or you're not anointed, once you're a Christian and you're a child of God, God has you in mind. He's going to give you your own child. Don't be sorrowful. All right? And also, when people are rejoicing, rejoice with them. There are ways God meets us at the very point of our needs. Don't say because you are not a parent, you're not going to rejoice with parents when it comes to celebration. Rejoice with them. Very soon, you're going to be a parent. All right? And if you are under medication as you are waiting, okay, along the line of taking this medication, put your trust in God. Never you have your faith in the medication. I'm not discouraging you from taking your medication, but let your faith be in God. God uses anything. He can do all things. He can use anything to give us our provision. He can go through the medical line to make the provision. He's still God that is in charge. The moment God realizes that you are not going to give him all the glory, anytime he wants to give you something that you're expecting from him, he's going to withdraw, all right? So as you take your medication, still wait upon the Lord. Remind yourself that it's God that's going to do it. It's not the medication. And I'm very sure in due season, he's going to make you a parent. You're going to become a mother. You're going to become a father. Don't be discouraged. And above all, don't go for an alternative. God is a major alternative for us. And when God promises, the Bible says he respects his words more than his name. Once he promises, he doesn't fail. He has promised you. He said none shall be barren in the land. You are one of the people that comes under the covenant of not being barren as a child of God. Your time is going to come and people are going to celebrate with you. Hear me and listen to this very carefully. You're going to be a parent very soon. And as you wait upon the Lord, he's going to do it in due season. I just want to talk to you about this. Rejoice. Your time is coming. And God bless you.